Third example of using the matrix method to solve for this system of linear equation. Now, my first equation is in standard form, but not my second equation. So to convert the second equation into standard form, in order to set up the augmented matrix for this system, I just have to subtract 4x to both sides. So that means my new second equation will be negative 4x plus y equal to negative 17. First equation staying the same, 6x plus 5y equal to 19. With these two equations now in standard form, I can go ahead and set up the augmented matrix that represent this system. 2 rows by 3 columns. So the first row can be set up by placing 6, 5, and 19 in that order. So 6, 5, 19. Second equation, I can place negative 4, the invisible positive 1, and negative 17 in that same order from left to right. So to reduce this augmented matrix down to the reduced row echelon form, since I already have the positive 1 here, I just have to convert this number and this number to 0 and this number to positive 1. But by looking at this matrix, I feel like converting positive 5 into 0 is going to be an easier step for me than taking the other direction, that converting this to 1 first or converting this to 0 first. So to convert positive 5 down to 0, I'm going to take row 2, multiply it by negative 5, and add it to row number 1. So this is subscript 2. So that means what? Well, that means row 2 is going to stay the same because I'm taking row 2 to do the multiplication by negative 5, but row 1 will change because row 1 is being added. So let's see, negative 5 multiply row 2 means negative 5 multiply every number of row 2. So negative 5, well, actually over here is better. Negative 5 times negative 4 is positive 20. Positive 20 at 6 is going to be 26. Negative 5 times 1 is going to be negative 5. Negative 5 at 5 will be 0. Negative 5 times negative 17 is positive 85. 85 plus 19 is 104. So with 1 and 0 right here, now I just have to convert this down to 1 and this down to 0. I'm going to go ahead and convert 26 down to positive 1 first, okay? Well, why is that? Well, because, mentally, I realized that 26 is one of the multiplicative factors of 104. So if I just take row number 1 and I multiply it by 1 over 26, that would be what? Well, let's see. 1 over 26 times row 1 means 1 over 26 multiply every number of row 1. So 1 over 26 multiplied 26 will give us 26 over 26. But any number over itself is positive 1. And of course, straightforward enough. 1 over 26 times 0 is 0. And for the last number, let's see. 126 multiply 104 is going to give us 104 over 26. But 104 divided by 26 is actually positive 4. Now, we're not touching row 2, so row 2 stays the same, so just bring it over. Hey, we're almost there. We just have to convert the negative 4 into 0. Well, that's going to be easy. So to convert negative 4 to 0, if I take row 1 and then multiply row 1 by positive 4 and then add it to row 2, I'm going to get what I want. So that means what? Well, let's see. I'm taking row 1 to do the multiplication by 4, so row 1 stays the same. So 1, 0, and 4. Row 2 is being added, so row 2 will change. So row So 4 multiply row 1, let's see, 4 times 1 is 4. Now 4 plus negative 4 will be 0. Now 4 times 0 is 0. 0 add 1 will be just 1. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 add negative 17 is going to be negative 1. And of course, recall this is the x column and this is the y column. So that means I'm going to have, for the first equation, I'm going to have 1 times x plus 0 times y equal to 4. For the second equation, I'm going to have 0 times x plus 1 times y equals to negative 1. But anything multiplied 0 is going to be 0. So first equation will be just x equals 4. And second equation will be just y equals to negative 1. So the solution of this system is 4 comma negative 1. Right. So yeah, just practice, practice, and practice, and just keep in mind the fact that if you're taking one of the rows to do the multiplication by a number of your choice, in order to do the addition, that means the row that you're taking to do the multiplication stays the same. And the row that is being added will change.